KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorial.com, memorials that matter. A Pelican Rapids care attendant has been accused of stealing over $3,000 from the person she was caring for. In September, Otter County investigators spoke with the victim, who employed 52-year-old Judy Lynn Hunter as a care attendant. The employer said she had discovered multiple check blanks and their carbon copies were missing from her checkbook, which her bank statement showed were written to Hunter. The check dates spanned from April 30th of last year to September 12th and totaled $3,487. The victim stated she has never given permission for Hunter to write checks from her checkbook. A detective spoke with Hunter, who said she would sometimes write out checks for the victim due to the victim's difficulty writing, and then the victim signed the checks herself. She also said the victim had memory issues. The detective spoke with the victim's daughter, who said that the victim does not even let her children write out her checks. A subpoena showed that the checks in question were deposited into Hunter's bank account. She made her first court appearance Monday morning. A Fergus Falls man is in custody after fleeing from police in a stolen vehicle last weekend. The Otter County Sheriff's Office received a report of a stolen vehicle from an address south of New York Mills last Friday night. Shortly after receiving the report, deputies located the stolen vehicle, at which point the driver, 41-year-old Renee Torres of Fergus Falls, attempted to flee. The Sheriff's Office says deputies used tire deflation devices and a pursuit intervention technique to bring the vehicle to a stop. Torres was taken into custody without further incident and faces charges of motor vehicle theft, fleeing in a motor vehicle, and third-degree burglary. A Pura man has been sentenced to 4 months in custody for possessing child pornography. On Monday, 42-year-old Zachary Michael Nash received his sentence of 120 days in Otter County Jail and 5 years of probation after pleading guilty to 2 counts of possessing child porn in December. Prosecutors say the Otter County Sheriff's Office received multiple tips from the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force on December 15, 2022, that said Nash's computer was possibly in possession of 18 files of child porn. During the execution of a search warrant in May of 2023, investigators found 17 files on Nash's various devices. Nash's confinement begins April 1st. A man is recovering from injuries suffered in a tractor fire on the east side of Lake Lida near Pelican Rapids. The Otter County Sheriff's Office received a report of a tractor fully engulfed in flames around 6:30 Monday evening. The Pelican Rapids Fire Department responded to the scene and extinguished the flames. Deputies say the tractor was being used to move brush when it rolled onto its side and ignited from a nearby burn pit. The operator's leg caught fire and he was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. In a thrilling match Wednesday night, the number 6-seeded Fergus Falls Otters defeated the number 3-seeded Wilmer Cardinals in the Section 8 AAA quarterfinal round boys basketball playoff game. The game was tied 40-40 at halftime and 70-70 at the end of regulation. They played through 17 lead changes, with the final lead change coming at the end of overtime when senior Micah Johnson drained a corner three to lift the Otters to an 80-79 win. With the win, Fergus Falls will host the semifinal game against Sauk Rapids Race on Saturday night. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorial.com, memorials that matter. For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in at 5 o'clock every Friday afternoon on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Find more stories on KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.